All right, welcome in. McElroy and Cubelic in the morning. Not good. Not even going to say it because it isn't. But we'll talk about it. Might be a good morning at the McElroy house, so we'll go there first. See what you want to talk about, Greg, before I ruin everybody's mood. What's going on?
Oh boy. Here we go. Today's Vince's birthday.
Happy birthday, Vince. Your day's probably better than mine.
Going from 6 to 7. I can only imagine.
Going from what to what?
Yeah, 6 to 7. So, I can only imagine what
big
that's
day when you do that for him.
Man,
when you just
quit prompting
him,
him, man. He was done. He was over, and you keep bringing it back.
Oh, yeah. That's the way it goes. I've already been to Dunkin' Donuts. Had a big, busy day. Feel good about it. Feel like we're in a good spot. Vince is happy. He's already gotten his present from Dad.
Yeah, donuts for breakfast. How could he not be happy?
Oh, he's in a great spot. No, he's on cloud 9. Still a little tired, though. In order to do our, quote, donut party before the radio show started. Had to wake up a little earlier than usual. So
let me ask you this.
He's like a teenager now.
This could just be my household, but and this is, it's great for you guys. It's not your responsibility anymore. You just hand them off to the teachers after this happens. Donuts absolutely ruin our kids.
What?
Really?
It's the behavior is out the window. Like it's going downhill at some point in time. Like it's going to be mean, attitude. Like it's almost every time. I blame those donuts, man. It's the donuts' fault. It's definitely not the parenting.
I think the donuts are definitely they're capable of accepting blame, and probably should. But I don't feel like our kids are kind of a handful all the time. So I'm not sure it's really the donuts' fault.
Maybe that's just it. Maybe we're just looking for excuses of why they're misbehaving. And it's like, oh yeah, a donut earlier. It was that.
Oh, it's so different now. They're harder today. Yeah.
Oh, right. Look how donut.
Look, sugar rush.
It's the donut's fault.
It definitely is. Yeah, maybe that's it. We're just. I'm not taking the blame for my kid being bad. It's y'all's fault.
No, gosh, no.
All right, so are you coming off the top rope on Dunkin' today, or you don't want to do that on the air?
No, I'll gladly do it. I'm trying to understand. Here's my thing. Dunkin's been one of the fastest growing franchises in the country for the past decade.
They're the NASCAR of franchises, you're saying.
Well, someone's gonna have to explain to me why.
Or are they the pickleball? Are they the pickleball franchises, or are they the NASCAR franchises, or soccer?
No. Well, the pickleball franchises. I think the orthopedic surgeons are behind those, just because of the injuries that have been going on and the amount of surgeries that have transpired.
Get out there and rip some Achilles, you old folks.
Yeah, that's it. No big deal. We're not asking for much. Just go tear something. It's no biggie. But in all seriousness, you're gonna have to help me understand. And look, there's a Dunkin' Donuts 8 minutes from my house. It's much easier to get to. It might be 10. I don't know. However, it's a lot closer than Krispy Kreme. I grew up on Krispy Kreme. So when Krispy Kreme came to Dallas, it was a huge deal. Lines out the door, wrapped around. I mean, it was a massive thing. It was the first time I ever had a Krispy Kreme, and it was quite frankly the greatest thing I've ever had in my life. I remember the first time I had one. They hand it to you as a sample. It's oh my gosh, this is insane. But they're not, for where I live, it doesn't make a lot of sense to go to Krispy Kreme all the way down 280 this time of day. It would have been a little dicey. So Dunks makes more sense. Vince loves Dunks. Specific, had he requested Krispy Kreme, I would have gone all the way to Krispy Kreme. I just would have gotten up a little earlier and would have made it a little bit. Would have had to get down there. I don't even know when they open, whatever.
It'd have been worth it.
He loves Dunks. And I'm trying to figure out why. I just don't feel like Dunks is as good from a donut standpoint. Their food might be pretty good. I think I've had a roll or two. They're kind of, I feel in the same vein as an Einstein bagel. It's fine. The food's fine. Coffee's excellent. But someone's going to have to explain to me the donut appeal. It's just, I don't feel like their donuts look very good. They look imported. They look like they've been frozen.
It's a different material. Totally. They are cake donuts, and I don't know what are Krispy Kremes, dough donuts?
Heaven.
Yeah, that too.
Air. I feel like they're all air.
Yeah, they're incredible.
Yeah, they're really good.
I think any of us are complaining about it, but no, I'm with you. They're not. I've wondered why people have. Now I will say this: Munchkins for a little snack. They rip.
Oh, they good?
They rip. They're good. Yeah, because you just pop them in.
Those do look decent.
Yeah. The blueberry munchkins, those are on point.
Good, yeah.
Those are on point.
Yeah.
The powdered sugar is a little bit much, but Yeah, I'm with you. It's not. It's to me, it's not even close. If you're talking plain donut, if you're talking like just going straight glazed, it's Krispy Kreme by miles, plural. Like it's a bad box score of the day. Honestly, is what it is.
Yes, I'm same page. I don't think it's close. That's why I guess I'm just having a hard time. How is it that Dunks has grown so much and so fast and has gotten so big? And I know it's part of the country a little bit. Like Northeastern folks are like very pro Dunks.
Yeah,
like,
I think part of it, like you just said that, like they didn't have Krispy Kreme. Yeah, so there's no comp for them. And so now you insert Dunkin' Donuts to any part of the Southeast. Nobody's ever had them, and they've heard all these New Englanders talking about how great they are. Our founding fathers are up there telling us how great they are. So we got to go try them. But I feel like that luster is going to wear off, and this thing's going to even out before long.
Yeah.
And it's like Texas Tech's going to go back to being Texas Tech.
Basically, Krispy Kreme was Andre 3000 at the BET Awards. Like the South has got something to say. You can come here, you can bring your Dunkins and all like that, but Krispy Kreme's right here. I don't know if they're from the South, but the analogy still works.
Is Dunkin' Dunkin' is
that's Boston.
BIG?
Oh, they're from Boston, so I guess anti-BIG, but
who's Tupac and those guys? The one with the big donut circle thing out there in L.A. What's that one, Greg? You probably know that one.
Randy's.
Yeah, that one. Yeah,
they can be those guys. It's not close.
Randy's also, I think Randy's kind of in the same mold, like famous for the actual sign itself.
Yeah,
but not good. Like we passed Randy's. I've never had Randy's donuts, but we passed Randy's 15 times when the national championship was out there in L.A. Like it was Randy's was right between the stadium and our hotel. So we passed like 4 times. I really wanted to go in and try one. But everyone's like, we've never seen anybody in the parking. We've never seen anybody go in the drive-through. Like, I don't think anybody's ever eaten it. It's just cool sign, great sign, iconic sign.
Well, basically, it's
I'm with you there.
Donut version of the Varsity.
That's really good, by the way. Yeah, but the Varsity's good.
It's not bad. Yeah, but I won't say it's overrated.
I'm not going to tell you that I've had like 30 different chili dogs in my day, but the chili dog from I had from the Varsity was pretty good.
I've had
it's also 300-pound
meat.
At the
airport.
Yeah, I don't know.
Fair enough.
I mean,
they have one at the airport though. I think it's in Terminal F. Well, so I've had the Varsity. I've just never had the Varsity off the highway.
Hold on, you had the Varsity at the airport?
Oh yeah.
I didn't live itself.
That's trouble. I can't.
Whew.
No, I can't do that.
You must have had a short flight.
I think it was I mean, Birmingham. Or
okay,
yeah. Probably there.
At that point, yeah, you're fine. Okay.
Yeah.
You're not feeling like Mr. Jones on Friday. Friday,
I don't think it was anything too significant. No, I mean, I don't think I definitely didn't get a chili dog. I might have gotten like a burger or something. It wasn't anything too aggressive.
Ronnie Bell tweets into the show, not former Michigan receiver, I don't believe. Dunkin' is for coffee, not donuts. Fair, but the establishment is.
It's called Dunkin' Donuts.
Dunkin'
Not
Donuts.
Anymore.
It's just Dunkin'.
They got rid of it, yeah. Because, like Greg said, like they've grown and taken on other stuff. It's almost like they've forgotten about the other part.
I'm sure Krispy Kreme has something else too, but they're not dumb enough to just change the whole thing.
Well, I think we've only called them Krispy Kreme. They literally, like the sign says Krispy Kreme, amazing donuts or whatever, but it has the name in it. But Dunkin' was like, nah, they're like WWF, like they got the F out.
Well, they're getting sued.
Well, okay, well that could help, but
yeah, Vince didn't want to lose more money.
Dunkin' didn't want to be. They wanted to be known more so for coffee.
Could you not have gone into that lawsuit saying we feel like it's only fair that we coexist? Because we've both been around for such a long time.
I feel like he could have, but I don't know if you met Vince McMahon, but you've seen a lot of.
Yeah, no, that's fair.
Okay.
I also don't feel like Vince McMahon ever went in there and be like, "Hey, you know that establishment's trying to take care of animals? Screw them. Watch this." Like, I just don't feel like that was part of the business plan.
Coming after my dad's organization.
Yeah, I mean, come on. Okay. All right. So we'll let the listeners decide. Dunkin' Donuts, Krispy Kreme, in this your context. Whatever it is.
That's not a competition. Like, what are we doing?
Well,
like,
I want to see what the people say.
Put those in the same vein.
I want to see what the people say.
I just need to understand. I want to know, really more so, like, I don't think anyone's going to choose Dunkin' Donuts over Krispy Kreme. What I'm trying to understand, because I don't mind the coffee. I think the coffee is very good. I don't think the coffee is as good as Starbucks, but that's probably because I'm a little more used to Starbucks. All things considered, though, help me understand this. What is the biggest appeal for Dunkin's to be growing the way they're growing? I think the only thing I can wrap my head around is that people are relocating from the Northeast to other places because of the misery that coexists alongside living in the Northeast. That's the only like Dunkins have exploded in Dallas. Why? Probably because people from the Northeast are moving to Dallas. That's the only thing I can justify. I don't know. I just need to understand. It's fine. I don't mind it. It's just not my preferred for anything. It's like third tier in donuts. It's like second tier in coffee. And the breakfast foods are the breakfast foods. I mean, they're solid. They're nothing.
Okay.
I mean, they're really solid. I just don't really understand it.
All right. We have one listener that's saying we need to introduce you to Shipley's. I think I've had one, but I don't.
I'm familiar with Shipley's. I took the kids to Shipley's when I had a long morning, solo morning. Meredith was sleeping in. We went to Shipley's. Excellent. Really enjoyed it. A lot of toppings. Excellent. Really, really liked it.
Next to Krispy Kreme.
Not convenient for where we go or for like our
fair.
daily route, but it's excellent if you have a Saturday morning with some open time.
What about next to Krispy Kreme though? Just the donuts.
Next to Krispy Kreme?
Yep.
It's a little different. They're bigger than Krispy Kreme. More toppings, more frosting.
That means Krispy
more
Kreme
everything.
still wins by a mile. You're being nice. That's fine.
Well,
That's okay.
I guess here's
No. I actually probably would prefer Shipley's, but if I'm in Shipley's, I'm probably going to have one. Krispy Kreme, I'm probably going to have 3. Make sense?
33 maybe. 13.
No. Nah.
We did a deal when I was doing radio in Huntsville with Casio Kid. They had this like, I forget what it was called, like donut mile or whatever. You ran a mile, ate a dozen donuts, and then ran a mile. I wasn't going to do the running, but we helped promote it on the show. And we were kind of going back and forth about, eating a dozen donuts and how long that would take. And I'd have to go back and check the tape, but I'm here to honestly tell you that I think I did it in less than like 4 minutes. And it wasn't even trying. Like just like this isn't even hard. Like this, it's
cakewalk.
One bite. It's like you said, those things are like air. They're just gone. And by the way, I would have kept going if we had more. Just hammer those things.
Is Krispy Kreme a one-hit wonder?
It's okay if they are. It's fine.
I'm just asking because because to Dunkin' and everyone else's credit, we've mentioned everything else. Like they have the toppings, all this and that. But Krispy Kreme, they do one thing. They do one thing great. But
it's fine.
Yes.
They can be Vanilla Ice. I don't care. They're still collecting checks on that song. It's fine.
Yep.
Don't care. When the one hit is that good,
like,
you're not even referenced as that.
Exactly.
It's a win.
Like that's the thing. If their hit is that good, that it doesn't really matter. Like that's where I'm at. I'm with Cole on that one.
I can't even make myself really venture off.
Same.
I think I've taken the kids there 2-3 times. I'm like, don't we want to try like one with the jelly or the powdered? And they do, but I just need the regular.
Correct,
man. I don't even need the other
There's
stuff.
no point.
There's no don't even need it. All right, the listeners are speaking. Luke says the only good Northeast donut is at Fractured Prune. That sounds fancy. I'm just saying. I don't know anything about it. I'm not saying I wouldn't eat it. Just sounds fancy. All I'm going to say.
Anything prune is out.
I will say prune and donuts don't feel like they go together.
87 years old, I'm not eating prunes.
You don't want your like V8 donut?
What?
Yeah, you heard me.
Exactly.
Seth Cummings tweets in, Dunk's donuts taste like butterscotch no matter what flavor you get. I don't know about that, but
they look
I can see it.
I've never had one. I know it sounds bad to say. I've never had one.
Why didn't you just give one a try this morning? Just try one.
You were there.
No, I kind of like the streak I'm on.
A spike streak? Okay.
Yeah, exactly. Like I'm not gonna have a donut that I'm not gonna really, really enjoy. That's my thing. Like I really want to enjoy it. That's to me is an aggressive.
But if you've never had it, you don't know. You might enjoy it. You might like it.
It doesn't look good.
Okay. Brent on a cell wants to talk donuts. Welcome into the show, Brent. Important topic today.
Hey, thanks for taking my call. I love your show, and I agree with what y'all said. And I think Dunkin' is a cake-style donut, and I'm like you. I love the Krispy Kreme, but I think in terms of the franchise and the business models, I think Krispy Kreme, you don't service when you go in a lot of Krispy Kremes, and I think as far as the franchise goes, Dunkin' is nailing the service and all of that. But I agree with what y'all said. I mean, as far as just the donut goes, you just can't beat the Krispy Kreme.
No, not even close.
No, unreal. But even the Krispy Kreme,
Thank you.
sprinkles, chocolate covered is not as good
I wouldn't
as
know.
the fresh, hot and ready
Listen,
deal.
if the light's on, just turn it in there. Just
Yep.
You need at least one.
Yeah.
Just
Call
turn
it
it
a
in.
day.
I
Yep.
can't eat just one of those things. So this is what it is.
They even tell you how to heat it up the microwave. They have the instructions on the
yeah.
box. Like, hey, we know you like it hot.
It's got to
so
be quick, too.
8 seconds.
It's never the same, but yeah, it's got to be fast. By the way, once again, staying in line with the one-hit wonder thing here, when your one thing is that good, I could, as long as you get it to me and don't overcharge me, don't really care about the service. And I've never been in when my daughter was first born, she was probably 2, maybe somewhere in there, like early years.
When she was first born, she was 2?
No, she was first born and then going on to 2. We did
Oh,
Dunkin'
gotcha.
Donuts in Decatur every Saturday morning for a while. And I can't tell you if the service was good or bad. That was like our little thing that we did. And I don't know if it was good or bad, but I didn't really care. If I'm getting, as long as you give me the donuts and like don't cuss me out, that's not going to be a difference maker for me as far as where I'm eating.
So
my
you don't
donuts.
need Chick-fil-A service. You don't need that
not for
level
not
of,
for
like,
the donut. I don't even need it at Chick-fil-A. Honestly, just
Be
get
fine
me,
with-
get
be
me
fine
that-
with
you
Popeyes.
know what's coming.
Yeah.
Yeah, you know what's coming. That's all you care about.
Is in service, John?
Yeah.
Come on.
You're willing to take that, is what you're saying.
100%. Ross tweets in Donut Express and Decatur hands down over both. But it can be local, that's fine. But it's just if we can't get our hands on them, it's tough. Like next time I go to Decatur, I guess I have
What
to
good
make
does
a
that
run
do
there.
me?
Shivs,
Like, here's the thing. It's like, oh, well, why haven't you had the donuts in Las Vegas? It's like, what good does that do me? Am I going to take the kids there today? Like, what are we doing?
Happy
Like, We don't
birthday.
need recommendations.
here's the
from other
$9,000
cities.
PJ to go get donuts. We're heading out.
Yeah, exactly.
S. Shiver tweets in. This is a tweet I'm reading, so it's not me. Dunkin' coffee is hot pigeon sweat. I've never heard that in my life. That's good, actually. I don't think the
Is
coffee's
what?
bad. I'm fine. Hot pigeon sweat.
Yeah,
I
that
like the
feels
coffee.
a little
Coffee's fine.
aggressive.
The coffee, the problem is it's not number one in anything. Like the coffee is fine. It's solid. I like it. But it's not a game changer. It's
And
good.
maybe Dunkin' knows their place. You rattled off everything. They weren't number 1, but they were like top 3,
they're
4
solid
and
where
everything.
Yeah. Duncan is a great head coach that won't get a new offensive coordinator. We're not changing our philosophy here, guys. But they're getting beat 14-10 and 9-6.
No, Duncan's
defense
Iowa.
is great
Duncan-
scheme. There you go. That's good. Yeah, no, it's good. It's Iowa. Yeah.
Like they know who they are.
And maybe one day they'll get a new CEO and he'll say, "Why are the donuts not good or great? They should be great." Greg's got a good point. A donut should be great. If you're going to go out on a limb, eat a donut, that's a treat. That's that should be remarkable.
Correct, right.
No donut should be like green beans. It's fine if they're okay. They're not supposed to be wonderful. Like you're not supposed to brag about green beans.
It's a chore. Like
exactly.
We know what
Like,
you're here
it's not
for.
Exactly.
lima beans. This is a donut.
100%.
It's supposed to be amazing. So maybe they'll get a new CEO / head coach one day. Prince is going to step down. So is Duncan CEO one day, and he'll say, "We got to reinvent the wheel here. Like, what are we doing? We can throw. We're allowed to throw the ball now. Y'all know that, right? We don't have to have 6 tight ends on the field at the same time. They have these guys called wide receivers. We should try a few of those." JG tweets in, "Coffee is why Krispy Kreme hasn't succeeded. Dunkin's is more about their coffees than their donuts. There was an article years ago after failed attempts to infiltrate the Northeast market. Krispy Kreme hasn't succeeded?
Must not have.
Maybe it hasn't grown.
Or maybe up there.
Yeah.
I can tell you this: the margins on coffee are probably a whole lot better than the margins on donuts.
I wouldn't know either.
Especially when you're giving
Either.
out freebies all the time, like Krispy Kreme is.
All right. We got to get to a break. Matt Jones is going to join us next to talk about how bad is this Kentucky basketball team? And also, why all the success in the portal now compared to before in football for the Wildcats? All that and more next on Jocks. All right, welcome back in. McElroy and Cubelic in the morning. It is 7:23, Thursday, January 29th. God, we're almost through January. That's wild.
Dude,
Shows
it's
you where
insane.
college
I thought
football
about
is
that
right now.
yesterday.
Shows you where college football is right now. Well, the season actually has been pushed through the majority of January, but it's a new cycle every day, man. It's like we used to be here at January 15th wondering how we were going to get through the offseason.
What are we going to do?
Because unlike Matt Jones, we aren't basketball experts and we can't talk about it. But Matt Jones from Kentucky Sports Radio joining us now on the Higginbotham Hotline. Before we dive into the important topics, Krispy Kreme or Dunkin' Donuts for you, if you had the option?
Oh, Krispy Kreme.
Okay.
Come on. Were you raised by wolves?
No, we really don't think. But there are people who will say that this is. We already had somebody tweet in and say this is why Krispy Kreme failed in the Northeast. I don't know how they could fail anywhere, but you're kind of right in the middle there. So I feel like you'd be a good. You're a good person to answer the question.
They do like a different kind of donut in the Northeast. They don't like it quite as sugary as we do, so that might be part of it. But no, I mean, if you have any taste buds, it's Krispy Kreme. And I also don't think you all aren't basketball experts. You all are Renaissance men that can talk about anything.
There you go. And maybe this is why Rutgers is $500 million in debt, because they think Krispy Kreme's better than, or Dunkin' Donuts is better than Krispy Kreme. They don't know what they're doing. All right, I want to start with basketball. How rough are things right now in Lexington? Because based on the last time we saw this team take the floor, specifically with the play that you referenced towards the end of the game, it feels like it's pretty bad.
Yeah, I mean, it's bad. It's not apocalyptic, because I think slowly this year fans' expectations have changed. I think they went into the season thinking this could be as good a team as any in the country, and that's clearly not the case. They've had probably 3 of their top 5 players get out for the year, so I think that's changed it. But there is a lot of frustration. I think there's frustration. It's a good lesson about coaches for expectations. Be careful what you say in the preseason. You know, Mark Pope said in the preseason, I'm sitting on a Ferrari and I can't wait to drive it. And now it's a Ferrari that has been down 15 points in 7 of their 8 road games this year, and at times has just looked awful. I think now Kentucky fans just say, let's make the tournament, and then that'll be okay. But bigger picture, Mark's going to be back next year. But fans, there'll be a lot of pressure on Mark Pope next season, a lot. And that's just kind of the way it is here.
So is this Ferrari running on flat tires, or can Mark Pope not drive a stick?
Well, terrible job picking the Ferrari, because the pieces don't work. I mean, it's got, an engine from a Toyota Tercel, and it's not a well-assembled machine. These pieces don't fit what Mark likes to do. He's a guy who likes to run fast-paced offense, shoot threes. He's got a team full of guys who can't shoot. Well, here's what happened. Last year, the team was really good, but they were not very athletic. And so when they played Alabama and these teams with a lot of athletes, they just couldn't guard them, and they lost. So Mark went too far in the other direction. He kind of loaded the team more athletically, but now they can't play his offense, and so they can't score. And so he's got to find a middle ground. Now, there are questions about his coaching. Kentucky gets blown out way too much to beat Kentucky. I mean, they've gotten, over the last 2 years, they've been down 15 points at halftime in 25% of their games against major conference teams. You just can't do that. So I do think there's some questions about Mark as well. But I think the biggest problem with this team is the roster is just a terrible fit with each other.
Well, the other thing too, and it's well documented, $22 million on NIL. Like, I was at the Champions Classic. I'm talking to some guys with Michigan State, and they're like, "Hey, yeah, that team over there is $22 million NIL." It's like, what? Is it almost at the point where having that much access to NIL can actually work against you because guys are comfortable and maybe not quite as, quote, hungry as they would be under other circumstances?
I mean, this is a debate we're having in all these sports, right? Does the money make people less hungry? I tend to think no. I mean, my general view is, if that's your argument, why do people in the pros play hard? Like money is not the only thing that drives people. It's one of the things that drives people. I think the bigger picture is you gave a lot of people more money than they were worth. I mean, I could sit here if we were privately, I could sit here and show you how much these guys are being paid each, and you'd go, there's no way that guy's worth that. And I think that's what happened. They just overpaid on people. I think for a variety of reasons, they didn't really understand the market. They underpaid for guys that other schools liked more, and they ended up losing them, and then they panicked and overpaid for other guys. I mean, a perfect example, they offered Mohamed Diabate twice as much as Alabama. Now, Diabate's a pretty good player, but you do have to wonder. I mean, Alabama is really good. Has been to the Final Four 2 years ago, Elite Eight last. Like, what happened that made them think he was worth twice as much as Alabama did? I think that's kind of where Kentucky was off in their NIL this year.
Talking with Matt Jones of Kentucky Sports Radio on the Higginbotham Hotline. I want to go over to football quickly. Based on what we've seen in the offseason, and I know this doesn't always equate to wins, and sometimes it doesn't necessarily mean what we think it's going to mean, but the only way I know how to state this is, where has this been? What is different? Because this portal class looks incredible. And Mark did some good things in the portal, but it was mostly guys that didn't work, and you were still kind of like, all right, is he going to be really good? Is he okay? Maybe he'll be fine. And they were good system fits a lot of times. But now these look like real players that are proven at other bigger schools, and things seem to be different. What was the shift? What happened here?
Cole, 4 years ago, I came on this show, and you were asking me about Kentucky's new offensive coordinator, Liam Cohen. And I said to you something to the effect of, wait till you meet this guy. You're going to like him. He's got it. You can just kind of tell. He's smart. He's going to succeed. Now, did I think he was going to 4 years later take an NFL team to the playoffs? No, but I knew that dude was going to be good. I kind of feel the same about Will. Very similar to Liam in this regard. They're both very smart. They're both very aggressive. They don't like to be told something can't work, and they are singular-minded, focused on succeeding, and I think it just rubs off. I mean, this staff – now, look, Mark Stoops had a lot of success here. I'm not trying to poo-poo it, but, like, everything this staff is doing is the exact opposite of what the other one did. The other staff really believed in, okay, we're in the state of Ohio, personal relationships. We're going to use our eye test. We're not worried about analytics. Does this kid look like the kind of kid that can play? And that really worked for them in the high school recruiting world. In the NIL world, sometimes it did and sometimes it didn't. This group is very different. They look at the portal. They assign every single player in the portal, including the kids on their own team, a numerical value. This is what this kid is worth. And now they're Billy Bean, and they're out there looking for bargains. And if kids come and say they want $50,000 more than they think they're worth, they say, good luck. And their theory is, and Will's talked about this, he thinks football teams at Kentucky's level can, under the rev share, can get 6 to 8 studs. They can afford 6 to 8 studs. And his view is, I'm going to put all my effort into getting those 8 guys. And then I'll fill the team out with other dudes that fit our price model. And that's how I'm building a roster. He thinks people make mistakes by trying to get 30 guys, and you end up getting like 2 stars and a bunch of guys that are interchangeable. We'll see if it works. He signed pretty much 8 for Kentucky, top talent guys in the offseason, and we'll see if that works. I think it makes sense to me, and he is doing this. People hate the word analytics in football, but he's doing it from an economic money ball method, and from what I can tell, I'd be very surprised if it doesn't work.
Well, it's fun to watch for sure, and it does feel like there is, while you can discuss the adjustments that the staff has made from an evaluation standpoint, it does feel like there's more buy-in, and it does feel like more money is being spent than with the previous staff, partly because I think a lot of people just got tired of Stoops. They were just stale. Like, I mean, at some point it runs its course. And like, hey, he had a great run. That. There's nothing against him. But I feel like there's new energy. So it's like Will has way more access to resources than Mark ever had. Is that fair?
Well, I mean, I would argue last year's team, Mark had a lot of resources. 2 years ago, I think, Greg, what you said was correct. They didn't have a lot of – but last year's team, they spent a lot of money on last year's team. They spent a lot of money on dudes who didn't play. I mean, remember, they spent like almost $2 million on a quarterback that played one game. They had receivers making $1 million that never got in the game ever. I mean, they just wasted their money last year. Now, before that, they did not have access to the resources. I think that's fair. But last year they did, and it didn't work. So I think it's an evaluation, but it's also a change in philosophy. Mark's thought was, I got to get a really good starter at every position, and then we'll worry about everything else later. I mean, it's interesting. Will genuinely believes football teams are made by the top 8 guys on the team. And he thinks 3 of those guys need to be on your offensive line, and then you pick the other 5 where you can get it. And he'll overpay for those guys. And then his view is, if you're a good coach, you're a good motivator, good developer, you can get stuff out of the other people. And it makes sense to me. I mean, again, not to be nerdy, but you go back to Moneyball, Billy Beane thought that the value in baseball was with the low players and that the high players get overpaid. It's interesting. Will Stein thinks in college football it's the opposite. Outside of the top 15, he thinks there's value in the top guys, and the bottom guys or middle guys tend to get overpaid, and that's where we're going to end up, and we'll see if that philosophy works.
And so what's the expectation now? Year 1, Will Stein.
Well, I mean, they have the hardest schedule. I mean, all you got to do is go look at theirs. They have the hardest schedule I've ever seen at Kentucky next year. I mean, they play – LSU, Alabama, Texas A&M. I mean, they play Tennessee, Florida. I mean, they play the hardest schedule I've seen. So if you could go to a bowl game, I think people would sing. But the biggest thing is I think people want this team to be fun to watch. The last 2 Stoops teams have been brutal to watch, trying to win by defense, never feeling like they can score. This team's going to put up points. So I think the goal is a bowl game, but I think the bigger goal is improvement and excitement, and then continuing to build their system. And they're recruiting really well on the high school ranks too. So I think people are very excited, but the schedule is brutal next year. They all the best teams at home, which is nice, except I'm not sure you're going to be able to beat some of these teams at home. And then it just becomes, can you steal one here or there?
All right, finally, before I let you run, the high school hoops brawl where the gentleman tased at the end. Do we have any fallout from that? Any extra information from that?
Well, I had the play-by-play announcer on my show. First of all, that's where I grew up, 40 minutes from where that gym is. And it was so, that's my home. That is the most Eastern Kentucky video that has ever existed. The combination of, the people fighting over middle school basketball to the nonchalant, just people getting tased, saying, hey, Ryan just got tased like that was normal. Everything about it was amazing. I loved it. The play-by-play announcer told me all these people involved in the video, they all knew each other. Most of them went to high school with each other, and he said he thought they'd all be friends the next day. He was like, this is just what happens at these games sometimes, Matt. And so there you go. It's just amazing. This one just got caught on broadcast, but it's Eastern Kentucky. Our area code is 606. And we have a saying, that's 606 by God, and that was a 606 by God moment.
Oh, you could tell. The way he was referencing it in his call is it's so secondhand. Everybody's first name basis, no big deal. All right, time to go home.
They know Ryan gets worked up. Sometimes Ryan's got to be tased. It's the way it goes. Now we'll all move on. I think everyone involved in the video is shocked that the rest of the country thinks it's as crazy as it is.
That's fantastic.
They're just yeah, it was a weird night, but it's Car Creek in Molina. That's what happens when these 2 teams play.
Amazing. Matt, great stuff, man. Thanks for hopping on. We appreciate it. Always enjoy catching up. We'll do it again soon.
Thank you, fellas.
All right, there you go. Matt Jones from Kentucky Sports Radio, one of the best covering Kentucky sports, college basketball, and just flat-out entertainment. So, appreciate him hopping on. You guys know you've probably felt this in your household, if not at least at your school or at work. Flu season is here. It's making the rounds. Make your home healthier with Trane's Clean Effects Home Air Cleaner. Removes up to 99.9% of airborne particles, including those that cause virus. 100 times more effective than standard air filters. 8 times more effective than HEPA room filters. Find a dealer near you at Trane.com. It's hard to stop a train. All right, we'll be back to continue discussing our morning, which was a lot worse in some other places than we've already heard today. We'll discuss it next on Jocks. All right, welcome back in. McElroy and Cubelic in the morning. Appreciate you guys tuning in. 800-239-9569. You want to get in. Sorry for those that were on hold before we went to Matt. We already had him booked, and we needed to get to a couple of things there. But quickly, before we move on, just wanted to go to that class that we were referencing. And if you go to ESPN's portal class rankings right now, Kentucky's in the top 10. They're number 8, Greg. And I'm with you with where you went with Matt. Like it feels like the resources have to be different to be able to do some of the things that they've been doing. I appreciate that you have analytics involved and you're doing some different things. Like I understand that when you go to Southern Utah and get a wide receiver named Shane Carr at 6'2", 190, who might end up being great, but you and I hadn't seen a lot of him. Tyler Thomas, an edge defender from South Alabama, that's fine. But when you get Nick Anderson, a wide receiver from Oklahoma and LSU, when healthy, a proven player, and a guy that obviously can come in and make a difference. You get Brock Kaufman from Louisville to be able to come across the state that's now going to come play with you. You get Tegra Tashabola, who's going to come in and play offensive line for you from Ohio State, who was a big-time recruit, obviously has a ton of talent. Like, that's different when you start getting those guys. And I mean,
it is.
The kids from UTEP and Marshall, okay, that's fine. But you go get C.J. Baxter from Texas. Did he not lead the team in rushing 2 years ago at Texas? So, I mean, they're getting some big-name proven guys.
They are. Help me out with this, though. I'm curious. Like, do you agree with what Matt just told us about, hey, the team is made up of the 8 best players?
Oh, no.
I don't know if I agree with that.
No, but I think from a philosophical standpoint, I could see where a coach was going with that. You know, like if you're gonna allocate it percentage of finances wise, I mean, quarterback's going to be first, and then he probably says, hey, we got to have at least a center, a guard, and a tackle, or 2 tackles and a center to be able to make this work. Like whatever his mindset is there, and then we got to have 1 wide receiver, you got to have 2 D linemen, you better have a good corner. So and some of that's going to go into what you run offensively, defensively. Like you got to have your building blocks, your foundational pieces, so to speak. So I could see where he's going. Now, I think let's just take Indiana. Like, are they good because their top 8 players are really good? No. I mean, it's just not why they're good.
Because they don't have a weak link.
There you go. Yeah. But I do think some teams are built different. Like, we talked about this right after the championship game when we were referencing, teams who have the superheroes. They can throw the cape on, put the team on their back. You still have to have guys to put them on that platform, or else Lamar's Louisville team should have won a national championship. He was that good. But as I've stated before, it is still the most impressive college football achievement I have ever seen, him winning the Heisman behind that offensive line, because it was absolutely atrocious. It was disgusting how bad they were, yet how good he and the offense still were. So you still have to have those guys that allow you to go be great. And that's where I think you and I would kind of disagree with the whole you're only as good as your top 8 players philosophy.
Yeah. I don't agree with that at all personally. Like I'm one, and look, you got to have a quarterback. We know that. That's been established forever. You can't win without one. You've always had to have a quarterback. Because quarterbacks just determine wins and losses way too much. Like quarterback might make a mistake and you lose the game. Like simple as that. Like there's just way too much on the quarterback's shoulders. So you have to have a quarterback. That's understood. I think you have to have quality play along both lines of scrimmage. I think that's understood. But do I need – he referenced, hey, give me 3 high-level offensive linemen. I'm great with that. I love that play. So let's do the numbers. So 1 quarterback, 3 high-level offensive linemen, 1 wide receiver. Now you have 5 on offense. Now on defense, you need just 3 high-level guys. I don't agree with that at all. Like high-level corner, high-level speed rusher, and then what? An eraser linebacker? I disagree. And then all of a sudden you're piecemealing the rest of it. Man, I'd rather, I'd spend money on the quarterback, and I would try to get as many guys that can play winning football as possible. I don't need 8 guys that can take over the game. I need 30 guys that can play at a consistent level. That's what I want. I don't know if you see it similarly.
All right, so fair to some of that. So I'm going to table where I was going to go here on my morning. We'll do that later in the show because we need more time to discuss it. So you folks that are wondering what happened to me before I left the house this morning, that'll be after Stephen Pearl at 8:20. the Coach Wim Sanderson at 9. Mike Rodak on the Alabama basketball situation coming up at 8. But when we come back, let's do this. If you could only have 8, let's just say you could only allocate real money into 8 players on your team. Not so much the individual player or the names, but the positions. Where would we do that? Like, where would that fall for us? And how would we do that? Before we do that, Greg, tell our listeners about Bromberg's.
Well, Bromberg's has been where I've gone for a very long time. I always appreciate the experience that I have. And if you are one of the lucky ones that got engaged over the holiday season, definitely recommend you going and checking out Bromberg's, because wedding planning is stressful enough. The last thing you want is to try to do your registry and not really have any direction with where it's supposed to go. You can register with the one-on-one with the Bromberg's experienced bridal consultants. They help you select everything you need, from china to crystal to silverware, casual pieces too. As Bromberg's celebrates 190 years in business, start this new chapter with the experts that know registries best. Plus, enjoy 20% off wedding bands and special pricing on wedding party gifts. You can register online at brombergsbride.com or visit Bromberg's in Mountain Brook or at the Summit.
All right, see, a couple more of you chiming in on the donut situation. We'll continue that conversation throughout the course of the day and be back with our top 8 positions in football next, right here on Jocks. Welcome back in. McElroy and Cubelic in the morning. I find this interesting. Tweet from Tom Mars. I'm going to allow this to sit for the next segment, but it'll be applicable when we visit with Mike Rodak at 8 a.m. Stephen Pearl, Auburn head basketball coach, coming off that win against Texas last night. Big comeback win. Will join us at 8:20 this morning, so please tune in for that. Thomas Mars, the ambulance-chasing college football attorney, FYI, a state university can't sue or be sued in federal court unless the claim involves a federal statute. state court judges who attend those schools and gave money to their school preside in lawsuits by and against their school all the time without any suggestion of bias. So in reference to what we'll be talking to Mike Rodak about with that judge stepping down from the Bediaco case, Jim Roberts. So we'll get more information on that. I don't want to go into all of it now. We'll get to it then. But it was interesting to hear. If you missed it, Matt Jones, go to jocksfm.com, grab the app in your app store, iPhone, Android, download it for free, discussing kind of where Will Stein, the new Kentucky head coach, is going with their finances and a little bit of a Moneyball approach to the portal and recruiting and players, and saying that basically they have a top 8 player list, not individual players as far as their skill set, but positions that they put the importance on and that they have to fill first, and then they move from there. Before we get into it, though, John, tell our listeners about the UAB Blazers.
Well, your UAB Blazers are hosting the biggest basketball game of the year at Bartow a week from today, Thursday, February 5th, when they take on the Memphis Tigers in the Battle for the Bones, at least the basketball version. Tickets are available now at uabsports.com. It's UAB versus Memphis basketball Thursday at 8 o'clock. It's going to be a gold out, so make sure you gear up to pack out Bartow Arena. By the way, the first 5,000 fans will get a free gold rally towel. UAB got a big win last night. They're now 13-4 overall, puts them at even 4-4 in the conference. So when Memphis comes to town next week, Thursday the 5th, make sure you are there to cheer on your UAB Blazers. Get your tickets today at uabsports.com.
By the way, that's a tough one. I'm glad they're giving out the towels because I don't feel like a lot of people just have gold in the wardrobe.
No.
Like you can't go to the closet and say, yeah, just get that gold shirt you got.
You got to plan for it. That's why I wanted to make mention of it now. Give you some time to get ready.
All right, if we went top 8 positions, Greg, that you are valuing the most, you're going to build your football team. I think we all say we start at quarterback. That's not really debatable. I mean, you can only get so far without a quarterback who can at least operate your offense.
100% quarterback is A1.
Okay.
No question.
Let's go next for you. What would be number 2?
Probably difference-making defensive lineman.
But here's the differential where I think you and I will probably surprise some people. Mine would be inside.
If you can find one.
Yeah, but if this is our choice now. I mean, this is just how we rank them. Yeah, this is how we rank them. And if we're saying if we can get that guy at that position, this is where we would go first, because I think 90% of the, not even college football, but football world is going to go edge. No. I would disagree. No. I'm with Greg here, and I knew Greg was going to go there. If you can give me a guy that dents the pocket consistently, disrupts run game from the interior consistently, forces teams to at least have an idea where that individual is that close to the football, I think he's more problematic and he's more difficult to avoid. So therefore, give me that guy inside.
You can't account for him. If you have a game changer up front, like I can help with the edges. And you know this as well. I think most of our listeners, just how we've described guys in the past. I can chip with an edge guy. I can help with a difference-making tight end that's going to secure and create an extra gap. Like you can now, edge guys are great. Don't get me wrong. There's a lot to like about edge guys, but if given the choice between the two, it's definitely a D tackle.
You mean just run right at him?
You're just the likelihood.
Just run right at him. Just run right at him.
The likelihood of finding one is so small, though. They're so hard to find. I think everyone just assumes, oh well, there's just D tackles in every street corner. No, they're impossible to find. There's a reason why there's such a premium for those guys when they go in the portal.
Like, who would you say was the best D tackle you watched this year? Because there used to be years that we would easily come up with 8, 9, 10, 11. Like, bam, 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 bam. And probably because most were in the SEC. And it's like, it's getting kind of hard to just name that guy now.
Yeah, I mean, mine's probably it's not going to shock you. In the SEC, the guy that I felt like was most problematic this year was probably Will Eccles at Ole Miss. He'd be in the mix there at D tackle. Overall in the country, I mean, Texas Tech got a couple guys. Lee Hunter's probably
Hunter would be my guy.
That would be the biggest problem. Gosh, I'm trying to think of who else.
There's not a ton of them that are just, completely disruptive all the time. Like,
no, I mean, 52 at Oregon, Amari Washington was a handful. I thought he had a great year. Ahmad Moten for Miami, 99.
He was a problem when healthy.
handful.
Yeah.
Huge problem when he was healthy. So that'd probably be Onyedem from A&M, 11. He'd be another guy. I'm trying to. That's about it, though. I mean, there weren't like a ton of guys up front that were just crushing folks.
Missouri had a couple good ones. 10 when he was rolling was really tough to block, but we don't have the Booger McFarland, Quentin Williams. It doesn't feel like inside. Lee Hunter probably the closest to that I saw. They could use power and
Hunter's
quickness
6'5",
and
330.
Yeah, I mean, it's a tough place to start. Exactly.
Yeah. From Mobile, by the way.
I'll tell you, my number 3 position may have been my most surprising position.
Kicker?
No, I'll tell you what that was next.